we're going to do a few breathing exercises with movement. This can be done either standing or from the chair. So if for any reason you'd like to sit to do these will work on the chair as well. So just bring in your chair over. So first what we'll be using for our breathing exercises, our pranayama with the movement, we'll be working with ocean breath. So ocean breath, it's, if you've done Ujjayi breathing, it's the same thing that with mouth open, but maybe you haven't done Ujjayi breathing either. So I'll explain it. It's, I'm going to actually change my sound on here too. There's a way you could do, click on a sound where you could hear longer sounds a little more. Still kind of fades out a little bit though. I have a little screen for myself. I just saw my hair. It's kind of funny. Oh, I'm going to leave it. So there we go. So you might be able to hear my sound. So you make like you're holding a mirror right on in your hand here and just fogging up the mirror. So the sound, it's also the same sound fogging up glasses. Okay. So what it is, the ocean breath, it's just that breath, little constriction of the throat with a longer ha sound. Excuse me. So it sounds like this. I'll do it closer to the microphone. Oh, it sounds like this. Okay. So you can imagine the sounds of a wave. And so it's okay when we're going through this if you're not right with my breath, because you can imagine waves in the ocean. They're not all going the same to get that beautiful sound of the ocean waves. And with ocean breath, so it's a little constriction of the throat. So you most likely know how to do that sound, right? So with the inhale, it's the same sound. So a little constriction of your throat. Mouth is open on both inhale and exhale, so it sounds like this. And then the exhale. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is when we're doing that ocean breath, and you could take your legs out a little wider than frontal hip bone distance for this, we'll be doing the breath as we inhale, we'll be expanding, taking our arms out to the side, palms forward. And as we exhale, the palms will come back towards each other. Okay. So, and the main thing, so we're working for a balanced breath, the same length that the inhale is, the same length the exhale. So just check that you're not doing the exhale like real fast. And then usually it's about a nice balanced pace. Another way to do it is when you're doing the inhales to count how long it takes to inhale to yourself and have the exhale the same length and count. So it might be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or it might be 4, it might change, but just basing that exhale on the inhale. Okay. So first just shake out your arms a little bit, shake out your legs, dance it out, Sunday dance. Okay, and then standing up nice and tall, clear your throat if you're like me. So we'll bring palms together, and then when you're ready, we'll begin. So the ocean breath, mouth open. So inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling Just continue, move with your breath, move with your pace. And we'll do 3 more. Do 1 more and do the count. So count how long it takes for you to inhale. Ready. And the same amount of time on the exhale. Do 1 more with the count. After your last one, just bring arms to the side. Just wiggle it out a little. Shake it out. Okay. Then we're going to do another one. So this is going to get into the side of our chest. So you're going to come into mountain pose, parallel your feet. If you're seated, come into seated mountain pose. Bring your feet right underneath your knees and parallel your feet too. Okay. And then we're going to roll our shoulders back and down. So you can see how palms come forward. Feel free to do that again. Roll your shoulders back and down, palms forward. Okay. So this one, it's the ocean breath as well. And I'll demonstrate it first. And I'm going to talk through it instead of doing the breath so you can see. So we'll be starting with our right arm. And you'll be standing up tall or seated up nice and tall. If you're seated, ground down through your sit bones and press down into your feet, straight down into the ground. That'll give you some nice lift up. Okay. And then from here, arm to the side. And what we'll be doing is the ocean breath as we inhale, palms facing up, and we'll be reaching up, straight up to the ceiling. When you can't inhale anymore, you're at the peak there, you're going to hold your breath and then think up and over as you side bend to the side. So as you side bend, you can see when I'm going up and over, you don't have to go over real far, but my chest begins to go up on the diagonal towards the ceiling right as my gaze does too. Okay? And then you're still holding your breath here, and then you come up, and then your palm faces down, and then you ocean breath it out coming down. If you do have a yoga block, I don't know where mine ran away from it. You could on this one, if you have a yoga block, bring it between your upper thighs. Let's see. Oh, it's where it should be. I just didn't see it. I was thinking that was strange. If you have a yoga block, bring it between your upper thighs. Okay. And then you can squeeze the block with your legs. So we'll roll our shoulders back and down so we get nice and open in our chest. And then we'll begin. And if you need to kind of watch what it looks like, feel free to watch me, like the first 2, and then join in the next 2. Okay. Here we go. Ocean breath. Hold your breath. Reach up high. So holding as you side bend. Over, and then you're still holding your breath, coming back to center, palm faces down, and then we exhale. And the other side, inhale. Side bend. If you want, you could actually bring your right arm to your side to support, and then coming up, and then ocean breathing out. The other side. Let's go ahead and support our spines. Bring your left hand to your hip. And when we side bend, because I'm just thinking a lot of you might not have blocks, which helps it feel a little more stable. Left hand to your hip. And you're going to be supporting your spine when you side bend, but also with your left hand, think of going energy down towards the ground. So you're also feeling some grounding. Okay. So here we are going to the right. Inhale up. Reach up as high as you can. Then hold your breath as you side bend, supporting your spine here. And then you're still holding your breath as you come up. And then you exhale the arm all the way back down. Then we go to the other side. Inhale up. Hold. Side bend. Coming up. And then exhale down. Just two more. Inhale. Side bend. Up. And then exhale. One more. Inhale. Side bend. Coming up. And exhale. Okay. We'll release that all together and move around a little bit. Might feel nice to kind of little washing machine move. So as you spin to one side, if you're spinning to your left, you're coming up onto your right toes. A little movement here. If you're seated, you could bring your hands to your legs and just take one hand forward and then the other, a little rhythm there. Okay. And from here, let's meet back in the center. And let's take our legs out wider. So if you're in the chair, taking your legs out wider too. Feet are on the diagonal a little bit, and we're going to do fountain breath. So fountain breath is a nice breath where we build up whatever the body's like, oh, release this, or the mind, we build it up, and then we actually, instead of ocean breath, we'll just blow it out. So it's ocean breath on the inhale and then blowing it out on the exhale. So I'll show you what it looks like. So it can be done seated. You're just not going to be bending knees and then straightening, but you're able to do everything else and get the benefits of this. So it starts kind of in a squatted position if you're standing, palms facing up right at the navel center, a tiny bit below. And then it will be an ocean breath on the inhale as the hands come up to the chest. And then you straighten your legs, and then we'll be blowing it out as the arms come like this out. So I'll do one to show you. So it looks like this. Okay, so let's do this together. So you're standing, you're bent, hands a little below the navel center. And then ocean breath, breathe in, hands come up to the chest, and then straighten your legs and blow it out. Releasing, good. And you squat back down again, we'll continue. Do two more of those. It's okay if you're not right with me here. Nice, releasing. One more. Okay. And then just bringing your legs back together. Take a breath. And just breathe. A while ago I had this shirt on and I went to show my collarbone and went too far almost. So I'm trying. So your collarbone or clavicle. So this is the clavicle bone. And you want to come right below that. So go ahead and have right onto your shirt. I'm just kind of showing you. So clavicle, see it. And so you're coming right below that. And you're going to be onto that with your fingers this way. So with your fingertips. And we're going to press right in. And then as we go into a stretch, so we'll be taking our heads back, you're going to press in and then with the energy, so your hands won't slide down, but you're pressing in and energy kind of going down. So what we're going to be doing is getting a nice stretch for the sides of our neck. We'll kind of go a little side to side, gets into the sternocleidomastoid. So sternocleidomastoid turns our head, one of the main muscles that turns our head this way. You can see it right here on me, and it turns our head the opposite direction. So if you watch right here, and if I turn my head the other way, you can probably see it right here. So this kind of comes down and attaches right onto the collarbone. So we'll do something a little more for that too next. But here, hands underneath the collarbone, and you're going to press in and then begin to take your head back. And as you're taking your head back, you're pressing in and down. So in and down. And then just kind of turn your head a little bit to the side. And then center and pressing in and down. And then slowly bringing your head back up. So you might have felt that stretch right through here. And then let's go over to one side. So zip. So feel your collarbone. You're going to come over to this side and you're going to use both hands here. So you're going to press in. And then feel free to watch me first. So I'm pressing in, and then I'm taking my head back, but on the diagonal the other way. So I'm going to press in and down, in and down. And I'm feeling that stretch right through here. Now, if you have neck pain and this is like not feeling great, feel free to skip, and you could tap right underneath the collarbone, do a little tapping. If this feels okay, go ahead and you're pressing in. And then you're taking your head back on the diagonal. So in and down. Kind of move your head a little bit to where you feel a nice stretch there. And then when you're ready, just bring your head back up. And then I went too low. And then we'll go to the other side. So feel your clavicle. Below that, pressing in. And then you're just gonna kind of look up, but kind of your head goes a little off to the side. And you're pressing in and kind of drawing the tissue there down. And just kind of seeing where you feel that stretch. And then coming back up. And then we'll do one to the center again. So right below the collarbone, press in. Take your head back. So you're pinning the muscle here. You're pinning the muscle, pressing in. And then you're taking your head back and then maybe drawing down a little bit with that energy. And a little move of the head. That feels okay. And then coming back up. So the fingers and just tapping here. Just a little tap. You can even close your eyes if you want. Okay. And then from here, take your right hand to your left shoulder and just tap down. So you're just seated. And then you're going to tap up the inner arm across the chest, down the outer arm, up the inner arm, and then chest. Some taps, good. And then just brush off the chest, brush off the tops of your shoulders, brushing. Okay. Brush off the back of your neck, face. It's a nice fresh start here. Okay. And then just seat it up nice and tall. And we'll be finishing with vocal toning. So vocal toning is where we just make one note, and this could be done in a group, it could be done for a certain intention. You know, Om, if you've ever heard like rolling Oms, that's vocal toning too. But what we're going to do is listen to our heart. We're going to let our heart speak with sound. So what I want you to do is first just bring one hand to the center of your chest and the other hand on top. Okay. Your feet are right underneath your knees too, nice and parallel. You're feeling your sit bones grounding. Press down into your feet. If you want, you can take your hands down. Press right straight down into your feet. So then you're going to feel that lift up the front body. You might even feel the heart opening up. And then just one hand on top of the other. And just take a breath right into your heart. Take a nice inhale here. And exhale, letting your heart breathe as you bring your hands down with palms facing up. And then we're just going to do some vocal toning, letting our hearts have a chance to speak. So the sound might be ah, like an ah. With the Bija mantras, it's a yum. It's often an ah. But really, the sound of our hearts could be a different sound too. So our hearts might be speaking a little differently right now. Might want to say a different sound. So when you're doing a sound, just kind of try a few different sounds and then see what sound feels nice for you, for your heart, and then you'll just stay with that sound. So we'll give this a try. So some sounds you might want to try are ah, or ooh, oh, ah, ee. Higher pitch. Sometimes the heart's feeling ee. Whatever it is. Know on my Zoom, I have it set to original sound. I changed it over for the singing bowl I did and also for this, but it still kind of cuts out the sound a little bit, drops down a little after. So if you hear my sounds like, what's going on? That's what's going on. So just tune into your sound. Our sounds could be going different times, different sounds. Let the sound of your heart shine through though. And by not trying so hard, just try some different sounds and see what feels nice. So first we'll just do an Om, and we'll do the Om with 3 sounds. Ah, O, So we'll do a Om, but then we'll keep going, and it might be a O, or Ah, or He. It doesn't matter. Just try some different sounds, see what kind of feels good, and then just begin to do 3 of those sounds at least. Okay. So first, let's bring palms together and take a nice deep inhale in. And then first just exhale it out. And then inhale in. Continuing, inhale in, and then any sound that comes out. And just going your own pace. It doesn't have to be right the same time as mine. If you want, you can bring your hands to your legs as you're doing it. As you're doing it, visualize a beautiful ruby red color. Beautiful ruby red color all around you. After you're trying a few sounds, just kind of go with one that just begins to come out, sticking with one. And if one's not really kind of settling, do the like a snake sound, the long S sound, you could do that too. Just doing one more. And then just slowly releasing that. And then just kind of saying to yourself, thank you, heart, for speaking to me. I am here listening. Thank you, heart, for speaking to me. I am here listening. And I hear you. And I love you. And I'm here taking care of you. And I let others take care of you too. And then from there, if you have a piece of paper or a journal and a pen, so after we officially close here, what you'll do is write from the heart. If your heart can speak, and it can, what is your heart trying to say? What is your heart speaking to you? Let your heart talk through writing. It could be one line, it could be maybe a journal longer, but just asking, okay, I love you, heart. And then just writing, if my heart could speak, what would it say to me here? What does it need? What does my heart need today? I know my heart needs a little walk in the trees, but maybe it needs like settling a longer chest opener or a certain meal, something soothing. Maybe it means just sitting quietly with your heart, or maybe it was hard for your heart to come into the sound, and then just asking why, what would you like to say to me? I heard I could hear it was difficult, and I'm here to listen and kind of journal on that end, um, with open heart for your heart, an open mind, and just kind of see what's going on inside through the journaling.